the North Cat, baby, I'm a boss. Carolina barbecue sauce with the slaw. I'm the safe, the cellar, and the vault. I'm the best, the effect, and the cause. I'm the law.
See the difference. A couple more seconds, guys, and we get a glimpse at some of the teams that have been quiet. They've been at home. They haven't shown what they've got yet in these semifinals, but it's Day 2, match 1 of the semifinals. Game on, Rich.
More importantly, you might be getting a glimpse of what we are yet to see, and you're possibly going to witness when we move to Oakland. There are teams in here that are absolutely, for sure, going to be in that arena fighting for that share of not only $2, but $3 million. This is the big one, though. When we look towards this now, Lauren, we have a very damn good potential that we get contested hot drops.
Now, instantly, FaZe, AFF, for example, these are the teams you have to watch out on. Milta, Power. It's been contested, it's been questioned, it's been brought up as a potential, as maybe a clash. Now, whether or not that's the case, yet to be seen. Hell, the Rumblers dabbled with it as well. We know teams like that position, but this playing path does not allow for much play there. So where's the adaptation? Where do they move to?
I can see it on the map. You guys can keep watching where people will be dropping, and we'll keep an eye on certain close combat scenarios. But for now, you will get the reposition coming out of both AFF and FaZe.
Just about making it their way in. So look, southeast here. I see Joy. I see them trying to find maybe a spot in the circle. Moves towards the west. That's going to put a couple of teams on notice here. Genesis, Red Canids, you have Infantry, AHQ. All of these teams now going to have to fight for very limited ground. Profi gets in the battle. The Red Canids are out for blood, though. Avenging their fallen teammate could be a must. Profi gets found, and now it looks like a flush is quick to follow. As Genesis got off to the hot start, they look deadly, but now being slightly muted here.
Red Canids have to get this done, though. They have to get as many down as humanly possible to walk through this because they are being gate-kept. Genesis want to take these 3 points quite easily if they can hold them outside of the blue. It's on their back, and it will be moving in 23 seconds. They do have Raspu on the off angle, though, Lauren, that might be able to get something done. If he gets a second knock, then maybe the advancement comes from the 2 that are on the left.
Well, that's why Nerf just repositioned, trying to get an off angle towards him because Raspu was keeping Genesis locked. He couldn't do much. Now he's been spotted. He has to go. It looks like Ghost Gaming are having issues. Ender's F have just been called as well. 4 AM showing their worth already. Ghost Gaming, though, straight in towards FaZe. FaZe already being put on a big amount of pressure. Vegas gets collected by Fuzzface, but that's not going to be the flush. Strimzy straight up in front. And as much as, yes, Fuzzface did some damage, the answer is swift. And Ghost Gaming may be scrappy, but FaZe are looking pretty poor here. There's 2 remaining. They're not in good spots. They're now being surrounded. Yes, you might win against Ghost, but then who are you going to be coming up against next? You have the likes of 4 AM waiting on the doorstep, and exactly that. 8C going to get Shrimzy. Vegas gets flushed. FaZe are trying to hold on. It's just down to Drassel now for Ghost Gaming.
You would have thought that he had to get in. Oh, I didn't realize where Fuzzface's position was, so he clearly has the footsteps. And the audible cue that is there. K-Mind and Nerf fall down. Red Canids, they're doing damage. We have to go and take a look at that fight. Genesis are on the back foot. They've only got 1 man standing.
Genesis are in all kinds of danger. The Red Canids can keep backing away, peeling away, moving closer and closer to the circle, falling away from these positions. One of their players is a little isolated, but as that blue hits, it's going to hurt. Genesis are in trouble. Those revives now become impossible, and they're down to 1 man. It all looks so good until they just fell a little short there. H-Win on the run. That's a very brave, not going to happen. He's going to try and get the revive off, the heal off, but it's not going to work out at this point. I think he's dead in the water here. If Red Canids don't find him, the blue's going to get him, but he's going to try and take one with him. How much damage can this man do from the blue?
Try and get as many. What? H-Win! That is sick to get those points because you'd expect the heal not to be able to get off. So to pick up the points before going down, it's the best of a bad situation. Unfortunately, Genesis falling 14th, but he at least collects them before doing so.
And now the battle in the south. This is a war zone over here. You've got Navi, southeast. You have so many teams. Still have Drassel for Ghost Gaming. Still have FaZe Clan and lingering over the top of them. The gods staring down from the hillside. It's 4 AM. I would not want to step forward. Look at them. Look at Navi, desperate for an angle of anything. Ender's Ace trying to find a way forward, and yes, they spot a doozy, but where's that next shot going to come from?
Remember, this is where Navi was, so they give up this position to let teams arrive into it because now they can choke them. They can just throw grenades, a full bombardment, and there's 2! Senya hits both of them. And now Mickey and Joy, well, if Navi doesn't get them, 4 AM will because they are lingering in the distance. There's 2 players upside of the hill. And ZGG's already got the angle on Navi. The pressure will apply, and these 3 teams will be clashing heads any second.
Senya's overstepped. That, what? He just turned that on Mickey. That's ridiculous. He is being hyper aggressive. He was out in the open. The blue is going to move him forward. That is ridiculous play from Senya. This looks like Navi almost pissed off, if I'm honest. They look like they want to fight. They need these points, but lingering in the background is so many other teams. Yeah, you can get past Enter Safe, but you still have FaZe looking for a little bit more 4 AM. The circle has moved slightly further north now, so this will force all these teams to move forward, so they need to sweep out the southern side. A doozy collecting the points on Mickey. It's just Joy left alive, and I don't know if he's going to be able to fight his way out of this one. Already FaZe have disengaged. They're looking for those next steps. Drassel's doing the same, and Navi are locking out Enters so handedly. These nades, this is a horrible situation for this man.
Third nade goes up, they're inside the buildings, they're knocking at the door. I don't think Joy can do two. Okay, I'll hold on for now. Nade should bank off the wall and maybe collect it before he goes down because they'll be on the advancement. The reason they push so hard on this is the fact that the topography actually allows you, you're essentially tucked inside a bowl. The nades will continue forward, they'll try and get it down. What more can he do? I'll hold for a second. Absolutely nothing. Navi get him down. They take out all 4 members, but it's not without punishment. They lose a doozy by doing so.
A doozy, I feel, overstepped that. He went too far ahead, but FaZe need to be ready for what's coming their way. You're going to see Navi moving up. You're seeing Drassel lingering in the background. Fuzzface finally finds out, but 80 turns it on a dime. The trade comes back in from Senya, who's having a hot game and a half. That's the flush. There's the nade. Goodbye, FaZe. Down in 12th.
This is the Navi that we've been wanting to see, Lauren. They've been a bit quiet going through the group stage. Yesterday in the semis, they started to wake up, but you called it perfectly. This is their territory. This is their lay of the land. They drop around here, and they work perfectly. The problem that's in front of them now is, have they overstepped their boundaries? Have they bought off too much time by handing back and allowed 4 AM and Infantry, both the Chinese teams, to get up close and personal?
VC are flying in down here. I'm not sure what their plan is. Infantry are being forced away, and this is where 4 AM arrived. They were waiting patiently on the hills behind. They were always going to be the victors of this one. Dance Audio won. It doesn't matter. Navi eliminated in 10th, and 4 AM hold. Still, so many players stand for them. They're in perfect condition. Infantry tried to fall away, but VC turned up out of nowhere.
Beautiful flank from ZGG to get that angle with the SKS and get the job done. The grenades will continue forward. 4 AM though, this is VC, Infantry and 4 AM all potentially going at it. Summer, last man, just lingering in the distance, looking at DJ Boy and saying, I'm sorry fam, I cannot help you out whatsoever. All 3 players of Infantry are making advancement here. ZGG reads the information, answers back.
That's a second.
What? How is he doing this? That's 2 back-to-back.
He's pushing it. He's going for the third, and why not? The man is a good! Absolute beast play coming out from 4 AM. Huge control in the southern side, and already Forever was looking at the next position to go to. The circle continues to look towards the north. The east is the next battleground as well. That is littered with teams and players, and it's far from resolved. 4 AM have a southern approach here. It may not be pretty, but they have something to play with.
You might be able to see Forever's position on the map. This is really smart from 4 AM. The 3-1 split gives them a bit more of a foothold in the circle. Yes, you're not in the circle, but he can look forward. He can read it. He can tell his teammates exactly where to go. You see these scouts, you see, it kind of speaks volumes. Hey, up, someone just died to the blue. You got a bit too greedy there, my friend. Unfortunately, Lou does touch the outskirts and goes down. That'll slow them down. But Forever's off on his own. He's finding a good position on this. We'll roll it back to Genji at the moment because they're going head-to-head with the Rumblers. And the Rumblers, they're losing people instantaneously, 1 by 1.
This is what I'm going to be worried for the Rumblers. If their aggression and their confidence gets dampened, can they recover from that? They've been playing a careless game, AHQ. Oh no, that's too many in a vehicle. That's too much damage. The car's on fire. They pull up, they stay alive. 3 still stand. 1 nade would do so much. T1, no. There is blood in the water, and they are looking vicious for this. Milk goes down. 1 man alive for now. The nades start to roll in. Dan Lee, there's nothing to be done here. T1 on the cleanup.
Jeff Locker and Ada, 2 individuals we've seen so far doing work throughout their respective league, and this time stepping it up big, gets the easy free 4 points. Loki goes down in the kill feed. He's over by the one basically lone shack over here, but Forever is in the distance. He's checking what's going down. ZGG finally. Someone's put a stop to his works that he's been doing. The madness that's been unrolling so far. Esther needs to be extremely careful. Lingering around the vehicle, playing ring around the roses, gets him, but there is revolver in the back.
Jerry Poppins still trying to do some damage here, and Genji get eliminated. A little bit of help coming in from 4 AM.
It's 10 kills for them, Lauren. They're absolutely on fire, this one.
Yeah, I felt that maybe FaZe would like to make a big impression, but apparently 4AM want to do it all, and they are holding every bit of territory. You could argue Summer's going to maybe be a nuisance, because I think 4AM believe it's clear that could be something that maybe causes an issue down the line. For now, they want to clean up in the east. We are seeing WClick fighting over the players, and uh-oh, the nades are so good here.
Let's take a look at the teams that have 4 standing. 4AM, WClick, and T1 in the north. No one really to give them any kind of pressure whatsoever. Willis will be able to get central point here. Akkad with the 8x scope should be able to read the information. They're going to be downhill. Forever holds them back for now and just gives them a warning shot. They're making an aggressive push. They're going across the road. They say, bollocks to this, want to get involved. They can take that dip, and that's great.
That's just about all they're going to get, though, and I wouldn't want to be that close to any of these players, but they do have the 2 holding the back lines. Really nice read from T1, highly risky. Now, 4 teams stand. Let's look at the overview of what this means. You do have 4AM in the south. They still hold great territory. Summer could be a nuisance. WClick southeast. They're trying to move up on the lower ground. It's kind of a rolling hillside out towards the east, and T1 control the north and the center. T1 might get too much attention here. Everyone might start looking their way. They're the easier target. Because look at WClick. They can't crest that hillside. So they're almost somewhat safe from each other here in the south.
Akkad will be left in the Wizards tower just to be a nuisance and maybe apply pressure. Adder also trying to get the off angle. Big shout out both to Forever for taking that shack early, and then Helen and Jeff Locker to make that wild run to the dip and take full control now of the central point of the circle. No one else can get to them. In the north, it's completely locked down by their 2 players. It does become difficult for those 2 players to meet up with them because they're on an open embankment. So they'll be open to both 4AM and WClick. But the problem is, where does WClick go? Who do they strike first? They go round and maybe tag T1 from the eastern embankment, or does 4AM have enough grenades in the tank that they just want to throw them over and get involved?
Okay, going past, probably Adder and Akkad dying here. This is going to be a stalemate. And WClick, the only time they're going to do it is trying to catch him off. But look at the way 4AM are positioning. And the way this unfolds poorly for 4AM is that Summer is the dagger in the back, the assassin from the blue, and WClick try and capitalize on that. That's about it. And then T1 just watch on from the distance because they are holding themselves safe. Summer creeping in, desperately trying to stay alive, hoping someone wipes the other look at them. He can see way less in the distance. He can see these players. He knows they're there. He's just desperately holding on for placement. But little does he know, he's waiting on 3 other teams who have all players standing. T1 have made it across. They've just put 2 of their players across the road. I'm amazed they've made it that far. This means that 4AM are adjusting their sights, maybe considering where that next piece of play is going to come from.
They've gone for the highest point on the map here, which gives them a full read and overview, but they've no idea he's behind them. I'm getting flashbacks from Face It here. I remember what happened the last time we were in this kind of... No, never mind. I spoke way too soon. Forever says, nope. Get out of it. Get gone. VC eliminate 4th position.
Now, you can't look past the fact of the amount of territory that T1 currently hold. Let's see. Yes, this is good for them. They hold the complete northern portion. 4AM still in a very good spot just because of the hillside. The way it rolls keeps them safe from WClick. Now, WClick needs to decide where they want to go. Do we try and crest the hill to fight 4AM? Probably not, because that exposes us to T1. Then how can we fold towards T1 ourselves?
They are absolutely the bait for both of these teams, regardless of who they engage first. If they go to 4AM, T1 steps up. If they goes towards T1, 4AM says, you know what? It's time for us to bite. They are currently just... I feel so sorry for them. They're the ones that have to make a movement. As soon as you get inside this circle, you are completely exposed. They have no map control whatsoever here.
I wonder how much utility they have to maybe play with. You can see that 4AM are using Xiaolu here to try and hold off the push on the hill. Basically, if he gets contact, he has a really nice off angle to deny WClick. I'm liking the spread from T1 as well. They've got the kind of 2, or maybe you could argue maybe a 3-man pack towards the northeast side a little bit more, and you have 1 man isolated, depending on maybe if there's going to be a bit of a split on its own.
Roll the
we'll
car.
have to wait and are they doing that?
If they put the car forward, they could roll it and use it for cover as it's going down. And I wondered, I didn't know how many wheels it had left.
It doesn't sound like
I think it's gone backwards, to be fair, so that might not be the play. Initial contact might have been seen. If he'd have gone too far and overstepped the boundaries, Xiaolu might have said, okay.
This could be just a patient game. We might just be playing till the very end here. This could be WClick trying to just shuffle in even to the most minute of amounts. Because well, T1 aren't going to be looking over that hillside too much because they overpeak. And looking at the guns they have, I'm not seeing minis, I'm not seeing SKSs. It looks like they can't be taking those long-range fights here.
I suppose it's only really Akkad that can see them. I mean, one individual out of all these teams can do enough damage, but smokes are up, movement will be made. They're inside the circle, they don't have to go too far. they can just build themselves a little bit of a barrier as the circle now constricts all of these teams together. The cap player would be, it'd be an IQ 9000, to be honest, if you rolled it.
4AM leading, hold on. 4AM is starting to lead, and they might go on this one. If too much contact gets made, 4AM need to push this. They're going to deny the hillside. Look at the line of Molotovs that now light up the top of that hill. Ragnar now has very limited vision. They're being pinned in. T1 now know what's coming their way. Acad certainly should soon, because they are not far from this. Harold makes the run. First to get contact. They see the first man. They can't take him down. Acad holds the line, but now we see 4AM starting to get behind them. They want the points. They want the kills. It's 12 already.
WClick are being battered from two sides, unfortunately. Jeff Locker, Acad and Ada, but 4AM have to move, and they're going with a four-man stack straight down the middle. Helen is on the left-hand side. Be aware of that. He's watching that line. He is the thorn in the back. Should 4AM overstep the boundaries here? I think he's been spotted.
There's the push. We're down to 2. Is 4AM against T1 already? It's free. It's good. ZGG is in danger. 4AM need to still themselves, prepare themselves for what's coming their way. T1 wants to push this though, and they might be right to do so. A huge victory for T1 if they get it right. Never write out 4AM. I certainly will not. They're trying to get a last-minute revive. This is so dangerous. This is so deadly. T1 are on the hunt. They see Forever. They flush him. T1 up to 10 kills, but only 2 stand.
They're giving him the information, though, but the smokes will be left. Wheeler sees him. One-on-one versus engagement. Can he see him through the smoke? Oh, he's there. He's got him. It's done. 4AM. 4 very angry men. What a game. 15 kills. 25-point match to open a Perigel. That's sick.
I think when we asked the question at the start, are these guys still the world champions? Are these the heavyweights in the lobby? We got the answer on one side of the coin. 4AM still look phenomenal. They played a perfectly paced game. They have stamped their authority on this semi-finals. And well, it's anyone else who dares challenge them now.
The Rumblers, the only Western team inside the top 5.